With the Easter holidays now underway, thousands up and down the country have been flocking to airports to try and get away. However, over the weekend there were severe travel delays and chaos in airports, with staff shortages and flight cancellations attributed as the reasons for the mayhem. However, GB News' Eamonn Holmes appeared to lack sympathy for the airlines on Monday morning as he blasted typical procedure and claimed companies have treated travelers like cattle. His rant came as he and co-star Isabel Webster welcomed Angela Epstein and Chris Riches to the show to discuss the latest headlines. Isabel brought up the reports of chaos at Manchester Airport, with families facing problems getting abroad and where videos emerged on social media of crowds struggling to be processed. Yes, so it's the first day of the Easter holidays and it's been somewhat of a perfect storm because there's been chaos at ferry ports, chaos at airports, Angela began. She continued, Manchester Airport here, it's a huge airport, a real hub for all over the place, and there's been massive delays. At some points, passengers have been told that their bags weren't gonna be checked in, some weren't allowed to disembark. It's been partly blamed on staff shortages, there's been weather issues, that's happened at the ferry stations as well. For me, Chris also being a Mancunian resident as well, the airport is the place to get our getaway if we're fortunate enough to do so. And having been fortunate to use the airport a number of times over the years, it's really, really disappointing to see. The GB News guest continued, the aviation industry was crying out for help to get back into gear because of lockdown and the pandemic, but that time also hasn't been used to sort the whole time in motion issue of getting people processed through the airport. We're a huge airport hub and I don't understand why that still hasn't been refined. It's always a nightmare, Eamonn weighed in as Isabel concurred, I think it's getting worse. Eamonn then let loose as he blasted, airlines are cutting standards. You know, they treat us all like cattle. There was criticism, Chris, in the way they used to treat football supporters, you're herded in and herded out, you're not treated as human beings, they take your money, and off you go. You're sitting in an uncomfortable lounge, sitting in an uncomfortable plane, and that's expected to be good enough. Chris echoed Eamonn's stance as he offered an example, there's even stories about people abandoning their bags at the carousels because there's not enough baggage handlers at the moment. They didn't think of hiring in advance, funnily enough, they didn't think people might want to get away in the Easter holidays. So people are just dumping their bags and going, I'm just leaving. A spokesperson for Manchester Airport has addressed the chaotic scenes which emerged from over the weekend. They said, via BBC News, our whole industry is facing staff shortages and recruitment challenges at present, after the most damaging 2 years in its history. The removal of all travel restrictions after 2 years, coupled with the start of the summer travel season, has seen a rapid increase in passenger numbers, which is putting an enormous strain on our operation. Breakfast with Isabel and Eamonn airs weekdays at 6 a.m. on GB News.